Hey Vibers, welcome to Vibe and Estate Gems. Appreciate you being here. Be sure and smash that like button and follow me for more videos. Today we're going to unbox this guy. This is a Mini Brands recycled plastic. I already started opening one. I forgot to videotape it because I'm a dingus, but that's okay. So I'll show you what I got with the first one before I open this one. I got a little teacup, which then I was confused because I thought it was about books, and I'm like, why am I getting a teacup? Which this won't go in my, it's plastic. It won't go in my tchotchke box, but I'll put it in the ones. I'm getting ready to sell minis, and not Mini Brand stuff, but the books I thought were really cute because when I was young in the 80s, these books were something that you could buy and you would get with it a magnifying glass. And you could literally sit and read mini books. And the funny thing is, if you went on a trip, you could take these little books with you. And I mean, you go blind trying to do it, but when you're a kid, who cares? It was pretty cute. So I'll show you the ones I got. I got Heart Bones, Colleen Hoover, which I've never read. The next two I have read. This is a rare one. And then I got a common one, which this one I'm keeping. This is Huckleberry Finn, which is a classic. And I've read that many, many times. And then one of my favorite books ever is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is a rare one. I love the cover art. I will be keeping that one. Really, really cool. So those two I'm going to keep. This one's going to go in my my sales stuff. Okay, so let's get into this one. What do we got? What do we got? I got you $1. You remember that old insurance commercial? I don't even know who it was. He's like, I got you $1. And then she can't grab her dollar, which is sad. Dollar won't get you anything anymore and get you in trouble. So here it is. It's like a little plastic ball. They had plants, but I just got a bunch of little mini plants, and I was like, I don't want that. So here it comes, Mini Brands. You've probably seen people open it. Ooh, that's got something hard in it. And then here's the little different things. It comes with a little booklet that shows you all the books that you can get. Here's the books that you can get and what the rare ones are and what the, not the commons. It's kind of like, you know, Pokemon. And then you can get these things. There's the teacup. I really want the magnifying glass. I would like that, but we'll see. Okay, so I know this is a book, so we're going to do it first. And let's see. Yep, here's the book, all right. LOL. All right, let's get rid of that. Ooh, Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories, Volume 1. Very cool. So for those of you who don't know, besides loving jewelry and bugs, I'm fascinated with, and gemstones and rocks, I'm fascinated with, and collecting owls, and just loving avians in general, because I'm a geek. I love books, and I don't think there's anything as lovely as a bookstore. And when I lived in Dallas, one of my favorite places to go was Borders Bookstore. And those people got to know me because I went in there so much and bought so many books. So really cute. And there is writing in here. I just can't see it. So Sherlock Holmes. Let's look and see how rare Sherlock Holmes is. We should be able to identify that book pretty quickly. I don't see, it's not a super rare one. It must be a common one. Yep, there it is right there. Looks red there though, but it is a kind of, I guess it is kind of a rusty color. Okay, moving on, moving on. And then you're like, shut up, quit talking. Show me the books. I know it. And this one is Emma. Oh, I love Jane Austen. I have the complete anthology of Jane Austen's works in this beautiful leather-bound. I'm a big book person. I think that I have some rare books. I have a Shakespeare, like first edition. I will never sell it. It will go with me when I die. It will be buried with me in my coffin. Anyway, Emma, let's see how amazing Emma is. I don't know. Emma's got orange. Okay, that's how I match it. There's Emma right there. It's a rare one. So we got another rare one. Cool. You see, I'm being, now this one I can get rid of, but I don't know about Emma because I love Jane Austen. I may have to keep that one. You know, and the idea was I would sell these, but I just don't know how I feel about that. Oh my gosh, The Secret Garden. Another favorite book of mine is The Secret Garden. This one's an ultra rare, I think I read, or just rare. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating. I probably am. Secret Garden, yep, that's an ultra rare. Yeah. So Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, another ultra rare one. The Spirit of the Old Clock, Never Never by Colleen Hoover. The House on the Cliff, and Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach. If you haven't read James and the Giant Peach, it's such a great, great novella. It's so cute. But I love The Secret Garden. I think for those of us who have read books as a child, I would encourage you to go back and read your childhood books. It's just something so charming about it. Now let's see what this is. Oh, I got the little book depository thing. Nice. Very cute. So how do we put this together? I have no idea. So look, we got all the little parts. Look how cute that is. And then, well, this is a little cabinet. And then I think it goes like this. Let's see if I can just, you know what they always say, don't read the directions. Let's see. Does it go like that? And then like this? Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. Okay. Lola needs to read the directions. You know, there's that whole thing that says, oh, if you have parts left over, you're better off. That's my life. Okay. So these are very, very hard to read. Wow. There's some bunch of warning. Warning! Don't cook it and eat it. Okay, well, I won't be doing that. No worries. All right, so that was wrong. What else is new? No, that actually wasn't wrong. So we have this piece connected to that piece. This piece connects to this piece. Okay, so we turn it this way and we connect it. Boom. Yep, it fit together. Hey, look at that. And then we take this piece and connect it to what looks like this piece. Yeah? No, that doesn't look right. Is that right? Okay, and then that's supposed to slide into there. What? Say what? No. I don't understand. Yeah, it looks like that one. That one, oh, globs. I just totally chucked it. We got lots of problems over here. We got 99 problems and a bee ain't one. Oh my gosh. Just don't pay attention to me. I see how it goes here. It's got to slip in the slot. That's what she said. It's got to slip in the slot, I said. It doesn't want to slip in the slot. It wants to act some kind of way. Here, it's plastic. It's supposed to be moldable. It ain't working. Got my mojo working, but it just won't work on you. Said I got my mojo working, baby. And the plastic's trying to act some kind of way. I don't know if that's right or not. This is how it's supposed to go. It's not wanting to work, though. Slides in there. See, that is lower, and then it's supposed to connect somehow in there. There it goes, kind of. Not really. And then we gotta bend it. Oh, bend it! Oh, maybe it doesn't bend. Oh, it goes like that. Okay, so we figured it out. All right, it only took 14 people how to screw in a light bulb. Okay, and then once we've done that, we take this side panel and we apply it like such and so. Boom. And it clicks on. Oh, how cute. And I said it clicked on. You're supposed to work. Look here now. You acting some kind of way. Oh, my goodness. Don't act some kind of way. This is stuff that might... You know what I want to do with this now? I want to chuck it across the room. See, that's the ADHD in me. I want to just throw it. This is not my forte. Human beings are my forte. All right. And then we take... What are these for? Oh, these must be the shelf doodlers. Where do they go? What the heck is this for? Oh, this is the feet. Yeah. These are the feet. Okay, we're going to put the feet in. Put the feet in. Hey, we got some feet. Look at that. You got a little feet. Got some little feet. Hey, look at it. Got some feet. I feel like there's pieces missing. Why do I feel like that? And then the top. Okay, I'm very confused about this little fella here. Oh, I see. You only get one part of it. And then I guess you're supposed to buy some. Now you know what I want to do. I want to get back in the car and go down to Dollar Tree and like buy them all. Psychotic. Okay. So that's how that goes. Famous last words. That's supposed to slip in there. How cute. And then what? It's doubled. So you see here how it's doubled? So you can actually take another one and stick it on the top. But we just have the one right now. And then you take your little books and you put them on your little bookshelf, like such and so. See that? How cute. Now, wouldn't that be cute for you to hang on the wall? We'll put all the little books in there, and then I'll show you what they look like. Hey, we got all the little books in there. Look how cute. You know, this appeals to every little kid thing inside of me. You know, I want to talk to you about something for like 2 seconds. Never lose your whimsy. Never lose your joy. Never lose that childlike wonder. Because if you do, well, that's sad, isn't it? It's sad. That's what it is. This is whimsical and cute, and I love whimsy. I think whimsy is lovely. I think it brings you joy. It brings me joy to have little whimsical things. So I'm going to keep some of these little books and put them in my new tchotchke box, and then some of them I will not be keeping. I will not be keeping this plastic thing either. I will not be keeping that. That is not for me. It doesn't want to stay together. It's kind of cheap, but we may glue it. I don't know. But that's what it is. It's a little box. You know what's cute? If I could get it to stay together, which it does not want to stay together, FYI. It doesn't. It wants to act some kind of way. Yeah, the pieces don't want to vibe with each other. You know my name is Vibe and Estate Gems. We don't like things that don't vibe. We don't like that. That doesn't work for us. I may have to have my husband get involved in that. Anyway, so we are going to get rid of Sherlock. We're going to get rid of Heartbones. We want to keep these. And Huck Finn, we're going to get rid of him. And we're going to keep Frankenstein. So we're going to keep 3. We're going to chuck 3. We're not going to chuck them. But we're going to offer them up for people to purchase. And then we're getting rid of this. And then I don't know what to do with this. Because see how it's come apart and doesn't want to work. And I'm sure it's operator malfunction, meaning I didn't put it together correctly in the way that it needed to be. Because I'm that person. Yeah. So if you want to, and you want to bring your child joy or your self whimsy, these also come in framed art. Those are the ones I looked for today, but all they had was plants, books, homeware, and something else. And I was like, yeah, no. So I don't typically, I'm selling minis, but this isn't a lot of stuff that I would sell. The little books I think are darling. It's a great idea. But other stuff that I have are like Wade's, Limoges. I have a bunch of clocks. I have Wade's are fascinating. I'll show you one if I can get it. Let's see. Oh, I think I've got one right here. Yeah, this is a Wade's Whimsy, and so these came in tea that came from Canada, but they're made in Great Britain. This is a walrus, I do believe. No, it's a seal. Is it an elephant seal? Yeah, something like that. It doesn't have the tusks to be a walrus. I don't know. So I think it's an elephant seal. Sunbathing there. And the cool thing about these is that they're also match strikers. So see this kind of variegated surface on the bottom? This is the part that doesn't, the lore and the history that doesn't get told about these. They're really cool to collect, and that's all good and great and everything. But these little things were also match strikers. So if you had a box of matches, which back in the day people didn't flick their Bic, they became more collectible in the 90s and stuff, and they quit making them then I think in the 90s or the early 2000s. They would give them away with tea. You'd buy this certain kind of rose tea, something from Canada, and you would get one of these. And so they were super collectible, and people really liked them, but they were also functional, and they were match strikers. And some people would carry them around. Women would put them down in their little handbags on their chatelaine, or they would put them just down in their handbag. In the 60s and 50s, people carried matches still. It wasn't always seen as chic to have a flick your Bic, that kind of became later. And matches were always kind of not passé. They were important. And people like now, you have a coffee bar, you have, maybe you have a drinking bar, where you make your seltzers and sodas, or maybe you have, an actual bar where you have bourbon and so on. People had cigarette and cigar bars. So there would be a little place in your home where you would have little figures like this to strike the matches, and you would have matches, and you would have different kinds of cigarettes, so that when friends came in, you'd have your little ashtrays, so that when friends came over, they would just head right there and get their cigarettes and light their things and move on. Men would carry these in their pockets, and you had a match striker. So kind of cool. It was more chic than striking your match on a wooden surface or, the wall. And it was just, particularly for women, it just wasn't done. You had to have something to strike your match on, and it wasn't going to be the wall, right? Or the floor or something. So this was what that was. So I have vintage Wade's to offer, and tchotchke boxes or whatnot boxes, or I always called it a shadow box. In the 80s, that's what we knew it as, but apparently as time has gone by, what has happened is the shadow boxes actually a glass box that you put memorabilia in, or ephemera. Like say you collect World War II stuff, or you collected Pokemon or whatever, and you'd make a little box with that. I just bought one that, a tchotchke box that is kind of a combination of a shadow box and a tchotchke box, and it's for things like this, and then it's covered in glass because I have Limoges, and I have vintage Japanese ware, and I have Nippon, little doodads and little things that are crystal that are hand blown, and they're very dainty. So if they get knocked off the wall, which is what's been happening with my tchotchke box, they break. So I have one from my great aunt that she bought in the 40s from someplace, and it's a little birdhouse, and it flew off the wall, and it's very delicate, and it cracked it, and so I'm sad. I'm not getting rid of it though. But anyway, so I wanted to show you the little things and do a little unboxing here of the mini brands. And if you don't know what mini brands are, these are all the rage right now. They have a whole, like, making little houses, and they make little, like, blenders and all kinds of little things, stoves. They have it all for, like, home stuff. I prefer not to have that stuff. But I do think the whimsy is charming, and no matter what you collect, they have it. I wish they did a jewelry one. I think that would be cool. With little plastic jewelry or metallic jewelry that you could, like, put on a, I guess there's enough jewelry in the world though, but they could make it interesting. See, now what would be cool with this too, if you had enough of them, is to put a hole in the corner. I know you're just ruining the book then. And then put them, like, on a necklace. That would be really, really cool. Good luck drilling a hole in that, though. But see, like, you make a necklace out of books. How cool is that? That's something I would buy. Something. That's something. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Be sure and follow and like, and for more unboxings and just jibber jabber from Vibin' Estate Gems. I'm thinking about changing the name of my channel. I don't know. I think whimsy is a big part of my life. It has helped keep me sane through my journey of having an illness that kind of snuck up on me and made me really, really sick. And I felt like I was dying at one point. And yeah. But so my heart goes out to anybody that's got an illness, any kind of illness, because it's hard, you know, when you have friends and they expect you to be the person that's going to bring X to the party, or you're going to do whatever, you're going to travel, and you can't anymore. It's difficult. And when you've always kind of been the person to do things like that. And yeah, so anyway, it's been great talking to you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. And be sure and like and follow. Bye.